Hey guys, it's me here. Yes, you read that right. I'm doing my Harley Quinn tutorial first. I'm going in my foundation, which is on the screen if you'd like to know what it is, and I'm taking this all over with a makeup sponge so it'll be blended out evenly, or as evenly as I can actually get it. And then I'm going to pack this over my eyebrows, which you'll see after this whole foundation facial process is done. If you're like me and have facial piercings, you can just take your makeup and take your finger and do it around it. I just couldn't get my nose ring out at the time because it's too much of a hassle, but you can see I made do with what I could do with it. What I'm doing here is starting to put that foundation over my eyebrows just so I know where it goes, so it can blend in with it. And if you happen to mess up or not brush them out previously like I did, you can just move it with your finger into the place you want. And if you find that the makeup sponge is not working for you to spread it with, just use your finger. The reason I'm doing this is because she has the color in her pigtails, but as you can see, I don't have my blue and red extensions in and my pigtails, so I thought it'd be fun to color her eyebrows the same as her makeup. Going in with a light blue from this LA Colors palette and a flat eyeliner brush, we're going to put this on our left eyebrow as our lightest color, transitioning into the darkest color. Using that same palette, we're going to take that second pink right next to the purple and use it for the start of the right eyebrow. And you can take this pink as far as you want it if you just want it all to be the same color. Taking a darker blue, we're going to use this as our transition color in between the second blue and the third blue. Now, this might be similar in color, but it is not in a way, and if you find that you've made it too dark, you can simply go back in with the lighter shade and put it over top of it to make it blend more seamlessly like I did, which you will see coming up. Now this is just a pot blue I got from my friend AJ, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I figured it was just a darker one, and it actually covers really well. I like the more powdered pigment kind of shadows because I think they cover better and they go on a lot easier, even though they do tend to make more of a mess, but that's what I use as my third color. Taking the third color, which should say Crease in it, from this Wet n Wild palette I got, I'm going to use this as my transition color in between the lighter and darker pink. Now this is the same situation as with the blue pot of eyeshadow. I do not know where this comes from, but I'm using this as my third color and extending it down. Taking a powder, I'm just going to set my foundation because I didn't want to set it before I put the color into the eyebrows, or else it would not have ended well. I've done it before, and if you happen to get some color from blending your face out from the eyebrows, it's no biggie. You can just go back in with it with some concealer or foundation and fix that up. Okay, well, I'm kind of new to this whole highlight and contouring party, so I messed up on the one side of my face, but I just used a really light brown eyeshadow for this and an E.L.F. bronzing brush to get the angle that I need. And when I went on my nose, I just used my finger or a thin brush, which you can also use. I basically just tried to contour where my cheekbones would have been, to make my face a little slimmer where my chin line is. Basically my jawline is what I mean. And I tried to contour my temples, but apparently I just looked like an overly dirty child at that point because my lighting was throwing me off. So I apologize if it's so harsh looking, but Margot Robbie has a lot thinner face than I do at this point, and I was just a chunky kid growing up. If you guys are wondering why I'm wearing headphones, it's because I was actually listening to Christmas music and I didn't want to subject anyone to listening to it, so that's the only reason. I just kind of prematurely started listening to it after Halloween for some reason, which does not ever happen, so I don't know what's going on. I was just kind of having a hankering for it because I put all my Trans-Siberian Orchestra music on my MP3 player. And here you can see I'm trying to contour my nose to make it a little thinner looking, not bubbly, not bubbly, button-nosed-ish, so I don't look like a little girl. I'm taking a shimmery white and putting this all over my lids, to my brow bone preferably, and under them, as well as using this as my highlight too. So this is going to go on my nose, my cupid's bow, and my lip, and my cheekbones, because if you see the little red dot on my face there, or it's kind of pinkish, it's from me thinking that I needed blush and I didn't, because I hate using it because my face is already naturally red, so I wouldn't want to see the red again on a daily basis. So that's what I'm doing. And I took an old E.L.F. I don't know if this is an eyeshadow brush or it's a blending brush, but it worked really well for this because of the soft bristles. Going back into the Wet n Wild palette, we're taking that first pink in there and using that as our first shade, because we're going to do the same thing as we did with the eyebrows, only with a bunch of shades from that palette and the darker pot shadow that I used earlier to do my eyebrows, and we're taking the same E.L.F. brush that I used to put the white shadow on with, and we're just kind of patting it down, and you can blend it out if you want or make it look really messy. But now I'm taking that third color in the eyeshadow palette by Wet n Wild and using that as the transition color because I thought it was perfect, and I'm just kind of going to draw it down as a base for where this darker color is going to go. And that pot shadow, we are just going to drag it down like she has her makeup done in the movie slash the photo that I was using for reference, so it's going to be kind of sloppy looking, but I thought it was perfect for this. Going back to the LA Colors palette that I started using in the beginning of this video, we're going to use that as the first color for our eye, and we're basically just dragging this all over. Taking the blue from the Covergirl palette that I'm using, which was the same from the eyebrow portion of this video, we're using that as the transition color, and then we're going to blend it out, hopefully to the point where we can drag it down to make it look kind of messy like it should look. And I kind of swept this under my eye to make it look a little better, and then taking the blue pot shadow that I was using, I'm going to use that for the darkest part because I feel it gave a richer color to it. And if you find this is getting a bit messy, it's fine because she doesn't look picture perfect in the reference photo anyway, which is completely fine for the look. I just swept both of these colors under my eyes because I thought it would work way better. And taking a black Kohl liner, and normally I do use waterproof liquid liner to set this because I have very oily eyes and my eyes water a lot for some reason. I'm using this to line my top line and my water line. I didn't do a tight line because I had so much shadow on my eyes already. I didn't want to go through it looking like The Exorcist. So I'm just doing that and kind of giving a little small wing coming out. My eyes don't do the wings properly because one lifts up more than the other if you can't see. And then I'm going in a very glossy red, and I ended up switching to my Wet n Wild red lipstick after I found out that I started breaking out from this stuff, but I thought this was the perfect red color for this whole thing. So you're gonna have to excuse the cutoff. What's up guys, it's me here, and as you can see I've done another tutorial, only this is my favorite character of all time. I did have to change what I was wearing on my lips because my camera did die at the end of my filming, and that stuff actually made my mouth burn. If you like this, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see me in your feed more often, subscribe to my channel down below. If you'd like to follow me anywhere else on the intranet, my Twitter, Instagram, and Pinterest links are also down below, along with the link to my blog and my friend AJ's channel. And that is about it. Go give her a follow and leave a comment and tell her I sent you there. And that's it. This for my Suicide Squad based basic Harley Quinn makeup. I did not go into forced detail due to the lack of time, and I just kind of wanted to get it done and over with, even though I do love the character. But that is it. Hope you have fun recreating the tutorial. Make me or tag me in this if you'd like. I'm getting tripped over my words here. And that is it. Have a safe and awesome weekend, guys. Bye.